is what is recommended.
Well, we recommend this hold because it's the most efficient. But I know that women have breastfed all over the world.
Like this.
Well, then they can't compress, can they? Now, you see, the thing is that only women who have problems come here. So, I wouldn't say, if I saw somebody on the street and they're holding the baby in the cradle hold, and they're holding the breast like this, or they're doing this, I'm not going to tell them, you're not doing okay, you got to change this. If there's no problem, that whatever works, works. But unfortunately, we have so much interference in hospital with mothers not being taught proper latching, with babies being given bottles when they shouldn't be given bottles, when, we tell mothers things like, you got to wake your baby up. Well, babies often don't want to wake up after 3 hours in the hospital. Sometimes they don't feed very often in the first couple of days. But, we've gone so hysterical about you must make the baby feed after 3 hours that sometimes babies start to refuse the breast because they get turned off. We force them into the breast when they don't want it, and so they start to refuse the breast. And then that's when we start to give supplements and we give bottles and all that sort of thing. There. So she's drinking really well. And as long as she's doing those pauses, we shouldn't be saying to the mother, switch sides, because it's been 20 minutes or it's been 15 minutes. Okay. So once again, wait for the baby to start sucking. When the baby doesn't, the baby will start sucking when she tastes milk. If she doesn't drink, squeeze. Because there, see how that works? It's beautiful. Nice compression and nice drinking, and then release when it doesn't work. And I tell release because if you don't release, your hand will get tired. If you don't release, you will block the milk from coming down. But now the milk is starting to flow again. The baby will start sucking when she tastes milk. There she goes. So then if she doesn't squeeze, there. Okay, good. All right. Okay, so can we refine this latch a little bit? Yeah, it could be a little bit better. So hand underneath the baby's face rather, okay, so push in. So push in with your forearm. Your hand is underneath her face, palm up. You run the nipple along her upper lip, wait for that gape, and then straight on. And that wasn't perfect either, because you see her nose is now buried in the breast. Normally, if she had gone on just right, her nose would be away from the breast. And that's got nothing to do with breathing. That's got to do with good latch. And you see, she had not gone on quite as well. Now she got on better, and she's drinking more milk. That's very dramatic, and I think that teaches us a lot. Women, I've worked in Central America, I've worked in Africa. Women never put their babies to the breast like this. But that's because lots of milk. And you have lots of milk, even if you have a poor latch on the breast, it'll work. I remember in Central America, mothers would keep the babies on the breast for hours at a time. And every time the mother had a letdown reflex, the baby would drink. But in that particular culture, they don't worry. The baby's on the breast for a couple of hours. They don't tell them, you don't have enough milk, your milk's not rich enough, you're spoiling your baby. But here in North America, the baby stays on the breast for more than 40 minutes. Everybody's hysterical. Oh my God, you don't have enough milk, and you're going to spoil your baby, and you're going to get sore nipples. So we need to do it even more than in Central America. Look at how well that works with the compression. So if there's an issue of the baby not getting enough milk, we do one. Get the best latch possible. The better the latch, the more milk the baby will get. And that's particularly true if the mother doesn't have a lot of milk. Now that's not the case in this particular situation. The mother has lots of milk. But get the best latch possible, it hurts less as well. The baby gets more milk. Watch for the baby drinking. You got to know when the baby's drinking. We should be teaching this to the mothers, that pause on day one. Do we? No. Nothing. We don't teach them anything except here's a bottle. Once the baby doesn't drink anymore, start the compression. Now the technique that I show the mothers, the technique I like best. But I also tell the mother, as long as it doesn't hurt to squeeze, as long as the baby's getting milk, it's working. And then keep the baby on one side until it doesn't work anymore, even with the compression. And then the baby wants more, give them the other side.
A lot of issues